Hello influencers, and welcome to another episode of Chats with Champions. And today we are joined by Dr. Sonatta Camara. Dr. Sonatta is an international real estate broker. First of all, tell me, what does an international real estate broker entail?
Well, as an international real estate broker, I'm able to sell properties internationally. Even though I'm based in Washington, D.C.,
Okay.
if you lived in D.C. and you came to my office and you were interested in investing in Dubai, for example,
Yes.
I'll be able to help you find investment strategies that work for you in any part of the world.
And are there many people that are international real estate
No, there's
brokers?
about 3,000 real estate brokers in the world that
Wow.
are certified to become an international real estate broker.
Wow.
And that's one of the certifications that I have.
Oh, excellent. Okay. And so for people out there that are looking to start investing, okay, what sort of tips would you have for a person that's wanting to get in but doesn't know how to start, and whether it's real estate or
Right.
else? Yeah.
Right. Well, I think the first thing always starts with mindset.
Okay.
Where you are in your mind really depicts on your success with your future.
Yeah.
So if you think you can, you can.
Yes.
And if you think you can't, guess
can.
what? You can.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of setting up your mindset. So many people, I have people that come to my office say, "Oh, I read 10 books on real estate investing, and so I can do it by myself." But you're in my office, right? So you can't do it by yourself. So my example that I use, well, if you read 10 books on how to drive a car, can you literally get behind a car and drive it effectively, perfectly, without having any hiccups? So that's what I do. I help you understand the roadmap to your success in real estate investing and allow you to be successful in what you have to do and guide you through the process. So once you know how to drive a car, guess what? Now you can drive any car.
Okay, great. And let's say a person wants to get started. How would they get started?
Okay, well, the first thing, as I mentioned, is the mindset.
Yeah.
And then you want to partner with a real estate experts such as myself who can guide you through the process.
Yeah.
There's different investment strategies, different risk levels, different investment levels. So we sit down and we customize a package specifically for you. So let's say, let me use one of my clients, Richard. He was a government worker.
Yeah.
He approached me about buying a house. So I handled the transaction, went through the process. I helped him buy a townhouse in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And immediately after closing, I said, "Richard, have you ever thought about real estate investing?" He goes, "I'm single. I have no children. I have no need to invest in anything. It's just me and myself." And I said, "Yeah, young hotshot, that's the case now, but one day you're going to be married with children. So let me explain to you how this works." So I taught him the strategy of real estate investing. Now Richard now owns 11 properties. And he's married, and he has 3 children. So I've been helping him through the process from the beginning to the end. And it was like seeing someone grow up and mature. And I saw him grow up and mature in the real estate world. So I'm very excited. And because I was able to help him, he was able to refer a lot of his friends, family members, and coworkers to me for real estate investing because he saw how easy it was.
Okay. And why do you? First of all, would you like to share your story of how you got involved in international real estate?
Okay, well, let me first tell you how I got involved in real estate.
Okay.
So in America, we have a saying, many mothers will say, "It's my house, it's my rule."
Okay.
And I said, okay, so if you're telling me it's my house, it's my rule over and over and over, guess what? I'm gonna get my own house.
Yeah.
So at age 22, I bought my own house so I can make my own rules.
Wow.
So in that process, that was my first introduction. 22.
That's amazing.
Thank you. So that was my first introduction into real estate.
Yeah.
And through that process, I went to grad school, went and got my PhD, worked in the corporate sector, and ended up working for Arthur Andersen. And you know about the Enron scandal, maybe you don't, but it's a scandal we had in America back in 2002. And because of the Enron scandal, I used to work for Arthur Andersen under the Andersen Consulting umbrella.
Okay.
And at that time, I used to be a senior consultant selling projects to the government of Bermuda and the government of Puerto Rico. Those are some of my clients.
Yeah.
And I was selling them $1 million projects. So when the Enron scandal occurred, I got a severance package like everyone else, but it's not gonna lifelong money, right? So how do I maintain that? So I said, real estate. If I can sell $1 million project to a government, I can sell a house.
Okay, yeah.
Something tangible, something you can
Yes.
touch, something easy.
Nice.
So that's how I came back into real estate. Even though I've been an investor all along,
Yes.
I never thought of it as a career choice.
Yeah.
But now that has been a career for me, I saw how I was able to impact people's lives financially through wealth and helping them build wealth and making them excited about real estate, making them excited about their future.
Yes.
And then so when I did that, I kind of migrated myself within the organization. So at first, I used to do what's called retail. So retail is when you work with the end user. Sally Sue, home seller, or Billy the Bob, home buyer, the typical user. Well, my background is corporate, so I immediately ended up in the corporate world in real estate, selling properties for the banks. Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, those were some major players that we had at the time in America with foreclosed properties. So when you don't pay your mortgage and the bank takes the house back, who sells those houses? Me.
I see.
So,
okay.
I also was a master broker for HUD, which is the government who owned the properties in DC or in America. So I ended up selling properties even for the government. And I ran into individuals who wanted to buy real estate, wanted to buy it for a low price because they thought it was a better strategy, but then I was able to guide them and help them.
Yeah.
So as I'm an investor myself, I started attracting more investors to what I was doing, and I didn't want to help just the investor. I wanted to be able to help the end user, like the person who does not think this is capable. Like, oh, I'm going to buy a house. So many times people don't even think they can afford to buy a house.
Yes.
So they're renting their whole lives. They have generations of people renting. Yeah. Because they've never were explained what's involved in buying a house or the complexity of buying a house. It's not very complex. Yes, it's nerving. People get nervous. I get nervous every time I buy a piece of property, but I just have to take a deep breath and say, I can do this.
Yeah.
So in doing that, with my love of traveling and my exposure to the world, I decided to up my game even further and become an international real estate broker so I can impact people's lives globally. So
what advice would you have for those people that do have these misconceptions of not being able to afford it and not being, property not being attainable to them? So
well, I'm going to give you another example.
Okay.
I had a family that came to America.
Yes.
They did have their resident status visa, but they didn't have enough income to buy a piece of property. Yeah. So I said, okay, let's sit down and see. I see the love and passion that you want to buy a piece of property, and end up buying a property in Alexandria, Virginia. Yeah. And I said, okay, let's sit down and see how we can make this work. So there's something called debt to income ratio, like how much debt you have compared to how much income you have. So on that particular property, 5 people went on the loan to be able to pool their resources together to buy a piece of property. Now that one family that needed 5 people to get a mortgage, they now own 3 properties.
Oh wow, that's
so their strategy is outside the box thinking. Is, we get stuck in our box sometimes, and I'm outside the box kind of person, so I help people think about that.
That's awesome. Okay, great. So if people would like to get more information, where can they go?
They can come to my website, camaraandcompany.com. All things social media, Camara and Company, or I have a very easy number, so you get this. It's 301-333-4444. So it's 3 3s and 4 4s. You can't forget that, right?
No, I think you just have to add a +1 if you want to call the US.
Yeah, so 0, 1, exactly.
My guys are like, wait a minute.
But you can hit me up on Facebook, Sonatta Camara or Camara and Company.
Okay, great. Well, Dr. Sonatta, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
For being in Oman and for gracing us with your knowledge. This is a topic I love because I've got 3 properties myself.
Oh,
so,
see? You're on the right track. Perfect.
I'm on the right track.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you again. I appreciate you. Thank you.